The creation story in the book of Genesis is a foundational text in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It is typically divided into two main accounts, Genesis 1:1-3 and Genesis 2:4-3-24. The first creation account, Genesis 1:1-3. This account describes creation as a 7-day process. God, referred to as Elohim, is a powerful, transcendent being who creates through divine command. The structure is highly ordered and follows a parallel pattern. Day 1, God creates light and separates it from darkness, calling them day and night. Day 2, God creates an expanse to separate the waters above from the waters below, calling the expanse sky. Day 3, God gathers the waters on earth to reveal dry land, which he calls earth, and the gathered waters, which he calls seas. He then commands the earth to produce vegetation, plants, trees, and seeds. Day 4, God creates the sun, moon, and stars to serve as signs, mark seasons, and govern day and night. Day 5, God creates living creatures to fill the waters in the sky, sea monsters, and every kind of flying bird. Day 6, God creates all land animals, including livestock, creeping things, and wild animals. Finally, God creates humankind, male and female, in his own image and likeness, giving them dominion over the earth and all its creatures. Day 7, God rests from all his work and blesses the 7th day, making it holy. This establishes the Sabbath. Key themes of the first account: order and structure. Creation is not chaotic, but a carefully planned step-by-step process. Divine command. God creates by speaking, and God said, goodness of creation. At each stage, God declares his creation to be good or very good after the creation of humanity. Humanity's unique role. Humans are created in the image of God and are given stewardship, dominion over the rest of creation. The second creation account, Genesis 2:4-3:24. This account, which is often seen as a more focused anthropomorphic narrative, describes creation from a different perspective. God is referred to as Yahweh Elohim, often translated as Lord God. Creation of man. The story begins with a desolate earth. The Lord God forms man, Adam, from the dust of the ground, Adamah, and breathes into his nostrils the breath of life, making him a living soul. The Garden of Eden. The Lord God plants a garden in Eden and places the man there to work it and take care of it. In the center of the garden are two special trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God gives Adam a single command. He may eat from any tree except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, warning that to eat from it would result in death. Creation of woman. The Lord God observes that it is not good for the man to be alone. He creates all the animals but finds no suitable helper for Adam. So God causes Adam to fall into a deep sleep, takes one of his ribs and forms a woman, Eve, from it. When Adam sees her, he recognizes her as bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This is the origin of the institution of marriage. The fall of man. A serpent, described as more crafty than any wild animal, tempts the woman to eat from the forbidden tree, promising that she will not die but will become like God, knowing good and evil. The woman eats the fruit and gives some to her husband, who also eats it. Their eyes are opened, and they become aware of their nakedness, sewing fig leaves to cover themselves. Consequences and expulsion. When God comes to the garden, he confronts them. They confess their disobedience, blaming each other. The man blames the woman blames the serpent. God then pronounces curses. The serpent is cursed to crawl on its belly, the woman is cursed with pain in childbirth and will be ruled by her husband, and the man is cursed to work the ground with toil and sweat for his food. The ground is also cursed. To prevent them from eating from the tree of life and living forever in their fallen state, God expels them from the Garden of Eden and places cherubim and a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life. Key themes of the second account: relationship and intimacy. This story emphasizes the personal, interactive relationship between God and humanity, humanity's origin and purpose. Man is created from the earth to till it. Woman is created from man to be his partner. Moral choice. The narrative introduces the concepts of free will, temptation, and the consequences of disobedience. The origin of suffering and death. It explains why humans must toil for their food, why childbirth is painful, and why death is a reality. While the two accounts have different styles and focus, They are woven together to provide a comprehensive narrative of creation and the origins of the human condition in the Abrahamic traditions.